integer event time denoting the duration of an event where the event time occurs from 0 to event time. So basically we are given a time frame which start from t equals to 0 to t equals to event time, and in that duration there are certain events which are occurring, and we are also given their start time array and end time array. And along with that, like you can consider our t equals to 0 and event time was 5. So we have a time frame from 0 to 5, and in that time frame we have two events, first of which is occurring on the starting at t equals to 1 and ending at t equals to 2, and second event is starting at t equals to 3 and basically ending at t equals to 5. So so the problem statement is like we are also given integer k. K denotes like maximum number of events which we can reschedule, maintaining the order of the events, and we want to maximize the consecutive free time that we are getting in between the events. So if I go to whiteboard, like consider this as our start and this as end, and in between this time frame there are certain events which are occurring, 5 events. So this is our like free time in between the events if we consider, right? So we just want to maximize this time period, consecutive time period, right? So we can just reschedule few of the events on the left and right, and then we can basically get the maximum. Like I can say I will reschedule it to left and I will reschedule it to right. We have also have to maintain the order of the events, so I will get this particular free time over here. So how we can like think about this? So try to see, like we are given like a boundary like k equals to 2, we can only reschedule 2 events. So I can't decide like I will reschedule this event and basically this particular event, because that won't help. Uh, if you consider if you suppose, let's do also, then only we will understand. So if I just reschedule this particular event on the left or either right, does not make much difference. And if I reschedule it on the left or either right, any of which I do, so we have got we are not getting benefit from the rescheduling that we have done on, like obviously we have got like we have got bigger free time, but we are not getting the benefit of doing rescheduling on the left and right if we are like not merging the benefit of two. We could have just do like one shifting, and we could have just got this particular time period. Why we need to do like two if we are not doing it consecutively? So try to think like that. If we want to like make two rescheduling, we should do it in a continuous manner so that we get a combined benefit of that, right? So the gist is like try to think, if we want to like suppose in this case we want like two reschedulings, so we can only reschedule either these two events, otherwise we could reschedule these two events, or we can like reschedule this particular two event. Same goes for the next ones. So if we are observing correctly now, then we are considering consecutive k events, right? And I will also draw one more uh, and in this particular I can go to till the end. Basically if you observe now, basically we are getting more free time, so I will go to end. So these are the like basically 1 2 3 4 combinations that I have drawn. So if you try to think about the first combination, so this is something like my start time that I'm considering, right? And this is something my end time for the first combination. So how do I like calculate the free time that I will get if I do these two rescheduling in this particular time frame? And just don't go over the drawing. Basically I could have like extended it till here also. Otherwise I could just take a single example, that will help, I think. So if I'm rescheduling first two events, so I will start at the start and think about like why I have like chosen a bigger time frame. Why? Because I was getting a free time without any rescheduling, so I have just moved like stretch little bit, right? So how do I find the free time in this particular time frame? So it's like I have chosen some start time, some end time, and there are two meetings in between that time. So I will do a basic math like end time minus start time minus the duration of these two events. It can be t1 t2. So end time minus start time minus t1 minus t2, right? So and same goes for the other events itself, right? Because I said like we have to consider the consecutive events. So are you getting a feel like we are doing kind of prefix sum of window k size? I hope you got the idea. Like we just need like just consider in this case itself. I can like I will surely be knowing like my end time. This is my end time and this is my start time, right? And now I need to find like what is the duration of the meetings basically, or events you call it. So like I every time I just can't go and I just can't like do like summation of the time period. I can just maintain it a prefix sum. So I will do like I know there are only two events and I also know the index, so I can just find the using the prefix sum array I can get the total duration of the events in this time period, right? So let go to coding part. I think we will understand it more there. So I need to go to IntelliJ. So I will maintain a basically on n, which will be start time or end time dot length basically, and we will maintain a array like integer array, which will be like prefix sum and new int n plus 1, right? Now I'm just doing a prefix sum, nothing fancy over here. So as we see like we need to find the total duration of the events for in our time frame. So I am just like make I have declared the array and I'm just doing the calculation for that. So int I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, and I can just do prefix sum of I would be prefix sum, and I will be doing like in one based indexing. So I have done I plus 1, so it will be prefix sum of I plus and time, right? And time of I minus start time of I, right? So we have got the prefix sum array. Now I can anytime tell like in between any two index how like what is the total duration of event which are occurring. Now I will declare a variable which is our like max free time, which will be 0 at initial, and also we need to return that itself, max free time, right? Now I need to like calculate that particular max free time. So for that we have already considered, like if you go and check now that we like what is the first combination that we can have for k equals to 2. Suppose this is the combination that we can have for k equals to 2. We can't do like basically we can't consider this as the first combination because we are given k equals to 2, so we should consider at least two events, right? So I will be starting a for loop for the combination that we drawn some time back. So my start like considering I will be like this is our start index, right? And this will be our end index. So I will be considering this as our end index basically, right? So our end index and this end index is like based on the events I'm considering, right? So on the first combination itself I already said like basically we should at least start considering two events. It makes no sense like rescheduling one of the events itself when we have a leverage to do maximum two events. So I will say my first like beneficial combination is this, right? In which I am considering two of the events. So this will be my and index. And index will be basically in terms of start and end array length. So end index would be like k minus 1 I'm starting with, and this is basically like one base indexing, that's why I have done like k minus 1, and end index basically should be less than n and I plus plus, right? Sorry, and index plus plus, and I will be now, I also like any point of time I'm just like moving it, my end index is over here in which I'm just started, then I have my end index will be over here. Now for this particular end index, if I want to find like what will be my start index, so start, we can only consider like two events in our time frame, so I know this will be like my start index, right? So how do I find start index? Start index will be like int start index, right? I index would be like our end index minus k plus 1, right? Because if I do like end index is this, if I do minus 1 then we will go over here, and if we do like minus 1 then again as k equals to 2 then we go over here, so I'm doing a plus 1 because we are considering like uh, to go back by 2 we just need to like uh, basically we need, yeah, I hope you are understanding, this is just indexing like. So this is like indexing is start index and index is based on the array itself, like, right? But if I am considering this particular time frame, this is what in the array frame, like array, in case like considering array now. But if I'm considering like rescheduling, then I will consider this particular time frame, right? Because I'm getting free time on the left and free time, some free time on the right, right? So this will be my, you can consider is as start, and this you can consider as my end, right? So start will be like end start, start not, we can say left and right, you will like start, I have declared like start to the 0 basically, so don't want to confuse. So we will do end left. Left will be basically if our start index is like equivalents to 0, right, then we will be declared to 0, otherwise our start index will be, let me like rephrase. So in this particular like case, our what is our start, basically what will be our left, consider in case of like time 0 to t that we are given event time, right? So that will be like this is my start and start index, this is my end index, so my left will be start index minus 1 पे जो है उसका basically end time of the event which is at the index start index minus 1, right? This is the end time of my last event basically. So I will just do end time of start index minus 1, right? I hope you are getting, we are just taking like the events that we have chosen, उससे एक पहले वाले का end time, right? So we have done that, and our right will be, in right also we want to leverage if there is some gap, in case like this is the gap we are getting. So to leverage that particular thing, I will just also like cover a edge case where end index equals to if end index is equals to n minus 1, then we will say this will be our event time that we are given in the question itself. This is our event time. Otherwise what I need to do, otherwise I will say, go to the diagram, otherwise our right will be our the start time of the next basically event, right? So I will say start time of the next event, next event will be like our end index plus 1, right? I hope you got the, okay, this is the end index which I am doing as int, and it says array type expected and found int, okay. If index basically and index is equivalents to n minus 1, then I am saying it should be event time, otherwise it should be, okay, start index, this is clearly, let me show you, like it says array type expected, but we are giving int, so array we have to like give the array over here, and our array is like a start time array that we are getting it from the parameter itself, right? I was just using this start index which is a int variable, right? So right now I will just go quickly. So I will just say like maximum free time, like I will say merge something like int ans equals to something that our free time will be like right minus left, right? And then we need to also like basically deduct the duration of the events. And duration of event, how we can find out? Duration of event will be prefix sum of basically and index, prefix sum of and index plus 1, and minus prefix sum of our start index. And if you're confused like why I have done like and index plus 1, because like I want to consider, I want to like basically choose till the next, right? Prefix sum and index plus 1, and I just want to include this particular index, start index, that's why indexing, it's indexing, like just you can have, be little aware what we are writing. And we just need to like update, or I can say to temp or something, you know, or free time for this combination, right? And we can just update our max free time. Max free time equals to maximum of max free time or free time for this particular combination. And I will just do import for the max. Oh, method or max I'm expecting, yes. So we need to return the, we are returning the max free time over here. Then I will just try to submit. mm. Right, let's run. I'm also removing this prefix or everything. One of the test cases is running wrong, so let me quickly just give a look. Like we are maintaining a prefix array with a prefix of I plus 1 equals to prefix of I plus end time of I minus a start time of I. Great. Then we are starting with the index k minus 1, ending less than equals to n, end index plus plus, start index is and index minus k plus 1, okay. And our left is start index, if start index is 0 0, otherwise the end time of start index minus 1, great. And right is if end index equivalents to last index, then we are saying it should be event time, otherwise it should be like a start time of next event, okay. And then I am just doing like declaring a variable right minus left, and there I also need to minus duration of the event. For the duration of event, basically I am considering the, okay, got it. I am just like deducting both of these, and I just need to like deduct the difference of these two, right? I let me like add parenthesis so you get more clarity. So this is what I wanted to deduct, right? The summation of these two event times, not I. Okay, yeah, this is what I think was wrong. I'm doing something very wrong then. Window duration has to be, and mhm, has to be, okay, god. I'm just as using a plus, I have to deduct it. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we have got our solution submitted. One more thing that we can do, right, if you like have a look over here, is that we are maintaining this prefix sum array, right? We don't really need to maintain this. If we are anyway like basically moving incrementally one by one index, then we can also maintain this input in a particular variable, so we can decrease our space complexity and also time complexity, yes. So then we will basically first calculate the sum of all the events which is like less than k minus 1 in a variable, because we are starting our like loop from k minus 1 index, so we have to like sum up all the events time which is less than k minus 1. So I'm just like leaving it with the idea.